The national anthem, or at least the Afrikaans part of the national anthem, die stem, is causing a lot of controversy around the country as different people and different groups have very, very different opinions. For instance, the EFF want us to chuck it out completely, saying it has no place in the new South Africa, while Steve Hofmeyr is doing his best to sing it loud and proud around the country and is encouraging everybody to join in. I'm joined in studio by social and political commentator Pierre de Vos, and also on Google Hangout by Sipho Hlongwane. Thank you for joining us, Sipho.
Thanks for having me.
I'm also joined in studio by my colleague Judy Campbell, who's been keeping a beady eye on social media, on what's happening online. So Julie, why don't you kick us off by telling us what people are saying online?
So there's obviously been a lot of discussion, a lot of debate going on online. We've taken just a few things to share for the show. Corley van der Merwe on Facebook says, I don't have an issue with the song, but the spirit in which you sing it is the problem. Knowing what Steve is like and taking his comments about our government into account, it is clear that he sang that to unite his mostly Afrikaans crowd in an us versus them vibe that I really dislike. Personally, I would only sing Die Stem as part of Kosi Sikeleli Africa. And then we've got another comment also coming off one of the articles out of the Citizen. I understand the words in Die Stem. As I've said, I don't sing Die Stem, never have and never will. That anthem stood for everything that black people are opposed to. Were opposed to. It may be dear to you and other white compatriots, but it's not something that black people are proud of. That anthem should have been relegated to the dustbin of history, just like the apartheid flag. As a matter of fact, there is no fundamental difference between the old apartheid flag and Die Stem. They were an affront to us then, as they are now. It is unfortunate that it was forced down our throats in the name of this frivolous reconciliation. That's the biggest disservice Mandela did to us, shoving reconciliation down our throats.
But it must be noted that a lot of people on our social networks do agree that it actually has been used in a perfect context by being included into the national anthem the way it is. So what's your opinion on the matter?
I'm a bit ambivalent about the whole thing because, of course, I grew up and as a little boy I sang the stem and I was very proud of it because I was a supporter of apartheid. And then as I grew up and became more politically aware in the 1980s, the stem became like a symbol of oppression and a symbol of apartheid and the apartheid government. So when it was included in the national anthem, I was very ambivalent about it. I gotten used to it. If it's really important for some people, maybe we should keep it. But I'm not particularly enthusiastic about that because I remember how it was in the 80s and how people used that, the stem, to actually, as a symbol of oppression and a symbol of superiority based on race. And so it still makes me a little bit uncomfortable, I must say.
So if tomorrow there was a decree that that part of the national anthem would no longer exist, would you feel okay about that?
Yes, I would be perfectly fine. Of course, in our law, there's nothing wrong, there's nothing illegal with anybody singing this thing. And I wouldn't want there to be a law, say, like in Germany, where there are certain symbols of Nazi Germany have been completely outlawed. We haven't gone that route, and I think that's a good thing because we need to know what the people out there actually think and believe. But if it is dropped tomorrow, I wouldn't blink an eyelid because I have no personal affinity for it at this point.
Sipho, let's get your take on the situation. Are you ambivalent to the Afrikaans part of our national anthem?
I must be honest, there have been times when I haven't sung it, when we sing the whole national anthem where I just keep quiet in the end because, the context of what it means, as the professor just said, what it once stood for, when that weighs too heavily on you, you sometimes don't want to participate, I guess, in the reconciliation that the national anthem symbolizes. But I think on a balance of things, I like the fact that we made a decision to take both sides of our history and say, well, this is now a shared history. So which means that on either side, there are people who are going to be unhappy about the decision. And we always tend to focus on people, who don't want the stem removed, who want to keep it. We look at the Steve Hofmeyrs of this world. But there's a whole other side to the debate. There are people who absolutely refuse to sing it, and they exist within the ANC context. And I guess the economic freedom fighters today represent the extreme version of that side. So for me, I sing the whole thing, even knowing what distem once meant. I sing the whole thing because I believe in the reconciliation idea that is being brought across there.
You see, the problem with the stem as it was sung by Steve Hofmeyer is exactly what one of the quote that you gave there. It was really done as stuff you. It is, we are Afrikaners, and by that they meant not Afrikaners, people who speak Afrikaans of any race, white Afrikaners, and we want to show you that we have, I don't know what. So it is in that kind of exclusionary apartheid spirit that it was sung. And that, of course, is deeply offensive. Sorry to say, but I think Steve Hofmeyer as a person is deeply offensive.